Hi, I'm Sinno, and this is Resentments, Community Guidelines for Twitter Poetry. At the Beirut port. At the Beirut port, I took a ship to Haifa. At the Beirut port, I took a ship to Haifa to meet a boy I had been talking to ever since I was 22, and those were the last days of MySpace, and he sent me a picture of himself in bed reading Friedrich Engels in a tuxedo because he liked my lyrics. And I met his parents, and they didn't like me much because they said I spoke too much and I fought too much about too much with too much intensity, but that was fine, and everything was fine, and everything was a little boring sometimes. And we went to the beach, and then there was sand in my ears and sand in my butt as we walked around the market to buy kites, but instead I spent all the money on cheap candy that didn't taste like much other than sugar, because even the candy was a little boring. And then at night, we drove to a gay bar in Ramallah, and I played some songs and read some poems and made enough money to cover the cost of the trip. And a year later, his parents had warmed up to me because they liked the way I cooked my mloukhiyeh, and they drove up to Beirut to meet my mother and ask her for my hand for their son. And the wedding was a modest little affair, and we prayed in Al-Aqsa, and the carpet smelled like feet, and no one stole our slippers. And then we drank jaleb at a little coffee shop close by, and because I am that expat, the scent of jasmine was so heavy that I felt I could stick my hand and pluck it out of the air. And it was the 14th of June, and Sarah flew over from Cairo to join us, and she went fishing and came back with dinner, and my uncles lit fireworks to celebrate, and no one panicked, and the sound didn't make anyone shake, and we built a life for ourselves between Beirut and Haifa, and it didn't hurt to breathe at Eid al-Fitr, and it didn't hurt to breathe at Christmas, and it didn't hurt to breathe at Pride, and I never left because there was never a damned reason to leave. And thank you.